Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a massive ancient mystery, the Indus Valley Civilization. We are talking about a Bronze Age marvel that built undeniably advanced, sprawling cities across what is now modern-day India and Pakistan, but left us completely in the dark about who they actually were. We're going to unpack the massive, fascinating gap between the physical reality of what they built and the total mystery of what they actually believed.
Picture this. It's 2600 BCE. The civilization hits its mature phase, churning out absolutely incredible architecture. But, and here's the kicker, because we still haven't deciphered their script, we literally don't know the name of a single god, ruler, or even a regular everyday citizen. Think about that for a second. We are left staring at physical perfection, yet we're essentially just guessing at their spiritual and political realities.
So, where are we heading today? We'll start by exploring the marvels of Harappan cities, specifically looking at their grids, bricks, and drains. Then we'll shift gears into the messy search for their ancient gods, debunk the famous priest-king myth, and wrap up with why this all remains such a massive, unsolved ancient puzzle.
All right, part one. Let's look at the undeniable physical evidence, the marvels of Harappan cities. Let's stick to the concrete facts. These Harappan settlements thrived along monsoon-fed river systems from roughly 3300 to 1300 BCE. Now, when you think of ancient Egypt or Mesopotamia, you probably picture massive pyramids or towering ziggurats, right? Giant shrines dedicated to absolute rulers. Well, early excavators in the Indus Valley found something totally unexpected. The real marvel here wasn't in massive monuments to kings. It was in the highly egalitarian, systematic design of the cities themselves. There was a complete, total absence of what we would call obvious temples or monumental royal palaces.
Which brings us to part two, their incredibly advanced urban planning. We're talking grids, bricks, and some seriously impressive drains. You see, their true crowning achievement was this unparalleled focus on public health and standardized infrastructure. They didn't just build wherever. They used incredible precision, laying out streets on a strict north-south, east-west grid. And the bricks? Standardized, fired clay with totally uniform dimensions and ratios. That implies some intense central planning. We're not talking about basic huts here. These were multi-story residential homes built around central courtyards, complete with internal staircases. Add in strategic public wells for a super reliable water supply, plus massive granaries to organize surplus food, and you've got a civilization totally optimizing for space and sustainability thousands of years ago.
But honestly, their most impressive feature has to be the drainage system. Thousands of years before modern sewers, they were heavily prioritizing community sanitation. Get this, houses actually featured indoor bathrooms and advanced plumbing. That wastewater was then fed directly into beautifully constructed, brick-lined, covered street drains. The waste was systematically carried far away from the living areas. They even built the Great Bath at Mohenjo-daro, which is just a stunning testament to their absolute mastery of hydraulic engineering.
Okay, moving on to part three. This is where we transition from those concrete facts to something highly speculative, the search for their ancient gods.
Here's the problem. Without a deciphered script, interpreting their belief system is basically a guessing game. And it highlights a massive issue in archaeology. Sometimes what you dig up is just a mirror of your own biases. Case in point, back in 1931, an archaeologist named John Marshall made some huge assumptions, essentially trying to link Harappan artifacts directly to modern Hinduism. He claimed he'd found a proto-Shiva, widespread mother goddess worship, and phallic symbols. But fast forward to today, and modern scholars are actively tearing those old theories down. Instead of a proto-Shiva, they see a Eurasian master of animals motif. Those so-called mother goddess figurines, their true function is completely unknown. And those stones? Yeah, turns out they were likely just architectural pieces, not objects of phallic worship.
Let's dive a little deeper into this in part 4 and completely debunk the myth of the priest king by reevaluating these artifacts.